Right now, you're surrounded by invisible forces. The people in your life, the conversations you have, the environments you immerse yourself in. They're all quietly shaping your decisions, your desires, and even how you see yourself. Whether you realize it or not, your social circles have a bigger hand in steering your behavior than you'd like to admit. In part 1, we tore into the core of human nature, how our insecurities, compulsions, and emotional triggers play out in the way we act and think. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd recommend you go back and catch up, because part 2 is where we take this to another level. Now, we're diving headfirst into the dynamics of group behavior. You'll see how belonging, connection, and social influence aren't just casual parts of life, they're powerful forces that mold your very sense of self. So, buckle up, because what you're about to uncover will change how you navigate the people and environments around you. The law of covetousness, becoming an object of desire. Desire is a primal force, a magnetic pull that shapes our thoughts, actions, and relationships. It's that tingling sensation when you catch a glimpse of something or someone that ignites a fire within you. Think of desire as a flame. It flickers with excitement, fueled by the thrill of the unattainable. But just like a flame, it can become destructive if not managed wisely. Understanding the psychology of desire is crucial, as it can either make you a master of attraction or leave you enslaved to cravings that lead to discontent. The allure of desire is intricately tied to the concept of scarcity. When something is perceived as rare or limited, its value skyrockets in our minds. This principle operates in every facet of life. Think about that exclusive brand you covet or the popular figure everyone seems to adore. The less available something is, the more we yearn for it. This scarcity creates a heightened sense of value, making the object of our desire feel more significant and desirable. To become an object of desire, you must cultivate an intriguing presence that draws people in. Here are some strategies to help you ignite that spark of desire in others while maintaining authenticity. Number 1, embrace mystery. Leave a little to the imagination. You don't have to share every detail about yourself. Instead, share enough to pique curiosity and allow others to fill in the gaps. This sense of mystery creates intrigue, making people want to learn more about you. Number 2, practice the art of listening. When engaging with others, be genuinely interested in what they have to say. Ask thoughtful questions and listen actively. This not only makes you more appealing, but also shows that you value their perspective, creating a deeper connection. Number 3, develop unique skills or interests. Passion is infectious. Dive into hobbies or skills that excite you and share them with others. Whether it's an unusual talent or a niche interest, your enthusiasm can attract like-minded individuals and spark curiosity in those around you. Number 4, maintain a sense of independence. People are drawn to those who have their own lives, ambitions, and passions. By nurturing your individuality and independence, you become more attractive to others. They see you as someone who is complete on your own, making them desire to be part of your journey. Number 5, create a positive atmosphere. The energy you project can significantly influence how others perceive you. Cultivate a positive mindset and surround yourself with uplifting experiences. When you radiate positivity, people are naturally drawn to your light, craving the warmth of your presence. Number 6, showcase vulnerability. While it's essential to maintain an air of intrigue, showing vulnerability can deepen connections. Share your challenges and experiences without fear of judgment. Authenticity fosters intimacy, making you more relatable and desired. Understanding desire can help you harness it rather than be a slave to it. When you master the dynamics of attraction and scarcity, you empower yourself to influence your relationships positively. As we transition into the next section, we'll delve into the complexities of gender dynamics and how understanding these differences can enhance your interactions with others. Prepare to unravel the intricate threads that bind us together in the dance of attraction and connection. The law of short-sightedness, elevating perspective. In a world obsessed with quick wins and instant gratification, we often lose sight of the bigger picture. We crave the dopamine hit from immediate success, whether it's a fleeting social media notification or temporary achievement that boosts our ego. But here's the harsh truth: this chase for immediate rewards comes at the cost of long-term fulfillment. It's the human condition. We are wired for short-sightedness, drawn to the next shiny object while neglecting the deeper, more meaningful journey ahead. Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And just like any marathon, pacing is key. The sprinters, the ones who are obsessed with the now, might take the lead at first, but they quickly burn out. The marathoners, those who understand that the race is long and that endurance matters, are the ones who find success in the end. This law of short-sightedness is about recognizing the difference and shifting from the mindset of instant gratification to a broader, more sustained perspective. So, how do you cultivate a long-term mindset in a world that glorifies immediacy? Number 1, set long-term vision goals. Start with the end in mind. Visualize your life 10, 20, or even 30 years from now. What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to become? These long-term goals provide a roadmap, guiding your decisions today and helping you resist the temptation of short-term distractions. Your immediate actions should be aligned with this greater vision, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem in the moment. Number 2, embrace delayed gratification. Success doesn't happen overnight. The most impactful rewards require patience and persistence. Train yourself to appreciate the grind, to find satisfaction in the process rather than just the outcome. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, remind yourself that the effort you put in today is a seed that will blossom in the future. By delaying gratification, you ensure that the reward is worth the wait. Number 3, break down long-term goals into daily habits. One of the best ways to stay on track is by turning your big, lofty goals into small, actionable habits. Want to write a book? Commit to writing just 200 words a day. Want to get fit? Start by walking for 15 minutes each morning. These habits compound over time and create the momentum needed for long-term success. Number 4, seek out mentors who have played the long game. Surround yourself with people who've run the marathon, those who have built successful, fulfilling lives by thinking long-term. These mentors can provide invaluable insights and encouragement when the short-term path seems more tempting. Their wisdom can help you avoid the common pitfalls of short-sightedness. Number 5, practice mindfulness and reflection. One reason we get caught up in short-sighted thinking is that we fail to pause and reflect. Take time to step back, assess where you are, and ensure that your current actions align with your long-term goals. Regular reflection helps you stay grounded and keeps your broader perspective in check. The key takeaway here: a broader perspective doesn't just enhance decision-making, it leads to deeper fulfillment. When you can resist the pull of short-term short-term gratification and stay committed to the long game, you unlock a level of success and satisfaction that far surpasses anything immediate. In the next section, we'll explore the human tendency to be ruled by appearances and how cultivating deeper insights can reveal the true nature of people and situations. Let's dive into how you can look beyond the surface and uncover hidden realities that others miss. Stay tuned. The law of defensiveness, softening resistance. We all know that feeling when someone challenges your views, criticizes your actions, or questions your motives. That sharp jolt of defensiveness rises in your chest, ready to shield you from the perceived attack. It's human nature to want to defend ourselves, but here's the problem. Defensiveness kills communication. It shuts down the flow of ideas, alienates others, and pushes people away. This law, the law of defensiveness, shows that if you want to influence and connect with others, you must learn to soften their resistance, not trigger it. Imagine a conversation as a negotiation. The skilled negotiator knows that if they charge in, guns blazing, they'll only create a stronger defense from the other side. But if they yield, even a little, if they acknowledge the other party's perspective, they can find common ground. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about creating a space where people feel heard and respected. That's how lasting agreements and relationships are built. So, how do you soften defensiveness in others? Number 1, acknowledge their feelings first. Before you jump in with your own opinions or counter-arguments, take a step back. Acknowledge the other person's feelings. Everyone wants to feel understood, even if you disagree with them. By simply saying, "I can see why you feel that way," you disarm their defenses and open up the space for a real dialogue. It's not about agreeing, it's about showing empathy. Number 2, mirror their concerns. Sometimes people get defensive because they feel like their concerns are being dismissed. One powerful technique is to mirror their words back to them. Repeat what they've said, not in a robotic way, but to show that you're truly listening. So, what you're saying is, you feel overlooked in this situation. This builds trust, letting them know they're heard and understood. Number 3, confirm their self-opinion. People are fiercely protective of how they see themselves. When you validate their positive self-opinion, it makes them less defensive. For instance, if someone sees themselves as fair-minded but is reacting harshly, you could say, "I know you're someone who values fairness, and that's why I think we can work this out." This subtle confirmation diffuses tension and opens the door to collaboration. Number 4, offer a path forward together. Once you've acknowledged their feelings, mirrored their concerns, and confirmed their self-image, offer a solution that benefits both parties. Frame it as a way to work together toward a common goal, rather than you imposing your solution. When people feel like they're part of the process, they're much more likely to lower their defenses and embrace the outcome. Number 5, know when to yield. The key to softening defensiveness isn't about bulldozing through disagreements. Sometimes, yielding is the smartest move. Yielding doesn't mean giving in, it means recognizing that soft power can often lead to greater influence than brute force. Acknowledge when someone else might be right, and you'll find that they're more willing to do the same for you. Building trust and fostering open dialogue requires acknowledging and validating others' feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. By understanding and softening defensiveness, you can open the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. In the next section, we'll delve into the law of self-sabotage and uncover the ways we unknowingly undermine our own success. Stay with me. You're about to uncover something essential about yourself. the law of self-sabotage, changing mental habits. You've felt it before, the nagging sense that you're standing in your own way. Maybe it's when you procrastinate on a big project, or when you downplay your talents and refuse to take that leap. It's subtle, often quiet, but devastatingly powerful. This is self-sabotage, and it's the greatest thief of your potential. Robert Greene's law of self-sabotage exposes this truth. We are our own worst enemies. The reality is that the biggest barriers to success aren't external. They're the mental traps we set for ourselves. These are the negative thought patterns, the limiting beliefs, and the defeatist attitudes that keep us running in circles, stuck in place. Think of self-sabotage as a faulty GPS. You've plugged in your destination success, fulfillment, happiness, but this malfunctioning device keeps rerouting you off course. Every detour is a product of the false beliefs you've internalized. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. Why bother trying? But here's the truth. Your mind can be reprogrammed. Here are some practical methods to change negative thought patterns. Number 1, recognize the patterns. The first step in changing mental habits is recognizing when they arise. Pay attention to the moments when you feel that familiar pull of self-doubt or procrastination. Maybe it's when you're about to start something important, or when success feels too close for comfort. By identifying these triggers, you take away their power. Self-sabotage thrives in the shadows, but once you shine a light on it, it starts to lose its grip. Number 2, challenge your inner dialogue. The voice of self-sabotage often whispers in the form of negative self-talk. I'm not good enough for this. They'll see through me eventually. You need to challenge these lies and do so actively. When you catch yourself in these moments, ask yourself, is this really true? Most often, it isn't. You're projecting fears, not realities. Start replacing these negative thoughts with empowering ones. I've got this. I've succeeded before. I'll do it again. Number 3, cultivate a growth mindset. The fixed mindset believes that your abilities are set in stone, that success is solely a result of inherent talent rather than effort and perseverance. This perspective can trap you in a cycle of self-doubt, stunting your personal growth. In contrast, a growth mindset empowers you to embrace challenges, learn from criticism, and persist in the face of setbacks. To cultivate a growth mindset, start by reframing your self-talk. Replace thoughts like "I can't do this" with "I can learn how to do this." This shift encourages resilience and adaptability. Additionally, seek out challenges that push your boundaries. See every obstacle you face as an opportunity to grow and celebrate small victories along the way. The law of death denial, accepting life's impermanence. We don't like to think about it. The inevitability of death feels far too uncomfortable to confront. So we shove it into the back of our minds, distracting ourselves with the everyday noise of life. But here's the truth. We all try to deny. Death is the only certainty in life. And the more we deny it, the more we rob ourselves of truly living. As Robert Greene masterfully points out in The Laws of Human Nature, our denial of death keeps us trapped in superficial pursuits. We chase material success, status, or temporary pleasures, thinking we have all the time in the world. But when you accept the reality of your own mortality, something profound shifts. Life becomes sharper, more vivid. Every moment counts. Think of life as a limited edition book. You're flipping through its pages, knowing that eventually you'll reach the final chapter. You can either rush through the chapters, barely reading the words, Or you can slow down, savoring every sentence, making every word matter. The irony is that when we acknowledge death, we begin to truly live. We stop waiting for the right time and start embracing the now. Actionable steps to cultivate a mindset of appreciation and urgency. Number 1, face mortality head-on. This is uncomfortable but essential. Rather than pushing away thoughts of death, sit with them. Reflect on the fact that one day you will no longer be here. You'll notice that this doesn't make you sad, it makes you urgent. It gives you a sense of urgency to live, to stop wasting time on meaningless pursuits, and to start focusing on what truly matters. Number 2, live each day with intention. Imagine every day is your last, not in a morbid sense, but as a motivator. What would you do differently today if you knew you had limited time? Who would you spend time with? What goals would suddenly become more important? Start living each day with that mindset, making sure your actions align with your deeper values. Number 3, create a legacy, not just memories. A life lived for oneself is fleeting, but a life that impacts others creates ripples that last beyond death. Think about how you want to be remembered. What contributions do you want to make to the world? These thoughts will help you prioritize your efforts towards something greater than just short-term gratification. Number 4, practice gratitude daily. When we recognize that everything we have is temporary, gratitude becomes easier. Start and end your day by reflecting on the small things you're grateful for: a conversation with a friend, the beauty of a sunset, or the ability to pursue your dreams. Gratitude reframes your focus, making life richer and more meaningful. Number 5, embrace risk and fear. If death is inevitable, then fear loses its grip. The fear of failure, rejection, or embarrassment pales in comparison to the finality of life. Use this perspective to push past your fears and take the risks you've been avoiding. Life is too short to play it safe. Embracing our mortality is not morbid. By accepting the fact that life is temporary, we free ourselves from the chains of fear and hesitation, allowing us to live fully, authentically, and passionately. As we wrap up this journey through the laws of human nature, I want to leave you with a simple reminder: everything begins with awareness. The more we understand ourselves and the people around us, the better equipped we are to navigate this complex world. Life doesn't have to be a constant struggle against our instincts or emotions. It can be a mindful journey toward personal growth, deeper connections, and greater fulfillment. I know some of the concepts we've discussed might feel heavy, but remember, transformation is a gradual process. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small, be kind to yourself, and take things one step at a time. You're already on the right path just by being here, seeking this knowledge. And as always, I'll be here to guide you through these ideas, to help you reflect and grow along the way. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you in the next video, where we'll expose the psychology of money. Until then, take care of yourself and embrace the journey. You're doing better than you think.